Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize Congressman Duavit.
Congressman Duavit Jack Duavit is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues here, present and not present abroad, I would just like to explain my vote. My vote in the affirmative, Mr. Speaker, is not just a vote that reflects an administrative action of our institution. Sadly, it is far more than that. In discussion B of the committee report, it says that the act of Representative Teves of seeking political asylum shows his intention to abandon his duties as House member and causes discredit to the House of Representatives and the Philippine government. Mr. Speaker, if I may be allowed, maybe others here are not familiar with the concept of political asylum, but basically in the United Nations and all over the world, by definition, when you apply for refugee status, when you apply for political asylum, you are making the accusation that your country does A, not have the capability to offer protection for those persecuted, or that your own country is unwilling to provide protection for the persecuted. But worst of all, it also may also imply that your very own country, your very own government, is the perpetrator of such persecution. These are accusations that are so grave that in the over 100 years of our Republic's existence, from the first Congress to today's Congress, the possibility of such a thing even happening has never been considered. I'd like to take this time, Mr. Speaker, to make a plea to our colleague, Representative Arnie Teves. Perhaps he was misadvised. Perhaps he did not see that by applying in Timor-Leste, that this was the accusation that he has brought on our state. I would like to make a plea to our colleague. Please heed our call. His insistence not to show himself to us, these accusations he has made. The plea is, Kong Arnie, please think of this not as an attack on you, but please look at it as a lifeline. This can be cured if you did not mean to besmirch our state, if you did not mean to do any harm to our house. All of this can be cured by just coming home. We are asking you to have trust and faith in us, your peers. If I can go back in time, Mr. Speaker, when I first entered these halls in 2001, I had the opportunity to work with his grandfather, a wonderful man. At the time, he was maybe 81 or 82 years old. Towards the end of the 12th Congress, maybe 84 or 85. His body racked by the ravages of time, but still very bright, always dedicated, always present. He was a legend, legendary octogenarian, just like others like Manong Pablo from Cebu or Manong Rudy from Isabela. He took he took the time to teach us and show us the ropes, bringing us wisdom and regaling us with their stories. Mr. Speaker, in 2007, right by the entrance of the North Wing,
South Wing.
North,
South Wing.
huh?
South Wing.
South Wing, I'm sorry. We lost one of our members to a bomb blast. A few weeks later, the list of suspects were published. In fairness to all of those that were on the list of publics that were members of this House, they continued to come to work. They had faith in our institution. They had faith that we would not forget that we must presume innocence until final judgment. Please, Kong Arnie, your brother was a victim of that blast. I sat with him 4 years, his hands disfigured, covered in gauze. Wala pa pong COVID. Siya ata ang nagpauso na mag-handshake na gamit ang siko. Dahil sunog po. If, Mr. Speaker, hell is never being able to be with our Creator, hell on earth is being separated from all of those we love. Kong Arnie, take the lifeline. Please come home. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Congressman Jack Duavit, for that explanation of the vote. And your explanation of the vote is fully noted, Congressman Duavit. Majority Leader?
Mr. Speaker, the majority enjoins the position of Congressman Jack Duavit in his call to our colleague Congressman Arnie Teves to please come home.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. Kong Arnie, we can adopt. Motion is approved.